Hello, welcome to an episode of Mountain Chronicles, where today we'll discuss our method for decanting library wine. To begin, we define library wine as any wine that is 10 years or older, which is why we've chosen the 1988 Estate Cabernet Sauvignon. This wine is absolutely gorgeous, has aged quite gracefully, and has become a true gem in our cellar. More importantly, it's had ample time to accrue sediment in the bottle. One of the main reasons why we decant a library wine is to remove the wine from the sediment, which makes for a more pleasurable drinking experience. A little refresh on sediment. Sediment is a harmless combination of dead yeast cells, grape solids, and more importantly at this age, phenolic polymers, which is a combination of tannins and color compounds that have formed longer chains over time that are no longer dissolvable. And they're weighted in a sense that it goes down to the bottom of the bottle. Before we begin, let's go over our list of required tools, starting with the decanter, probably the most important. This is a Riedel, but there's many different brands out there like Salto and Sophenwald. They all do the trick. Really, you're looking for functionality, a little bit of art, but nothing ostentatious or over the top. We like this one here because it's very ergonomical and great here for the estate. Next is the Duran, which is a combination of two very classic wine tools, the corkscrew and the two-prong cork remover, also called an also, okay? Next, you'll need a wine funnel with a mesh insert, with an option to have cheesecloth for those much older vintage bottles, something around the ages of 40, 50 years old. Next, a traditional waiter's corkscrew, really for the knife edge here at the very top. So 7 steps broken down. First step, removing the foil. So we'll take our waiter's corkscrew with the straight edge. Little pro tip, when buying your waiter's corkscrew, go for a straight, sharp edge, not a serrated knife edge. Makes for a cleaner cut and more aesthetically pleasing for the dinner table. Okay, so we'll take that foil, we'll set it aside. Next, we'll grab our Duran, the corkscrew bit of that Duran, okay? We'll insert that to the middle of this cork, going all the way down until it's completely flush with the bottle. Now, on either side of this corkscrew, you're gonna insert the prongs. You're gonna notice that there's a slightly longer edge. You want that longer edge towards you. Get that side set, then the other prong. 2 rules, slow and steady. So you're gonna wanna oscillate both sides with slight firm pressure until those 2 prongs are flush with the corkscrew of the also. Okay, now you're ready to pull the cork out. So with the firm grip on the bottle, you put your fingers directly underneath the corkscrew and do quarter turns. You just keep doing those quarter turns slowly and steadily until your cork is almost out. And then with the little finesse pull, you'll remove, okay? What you'll notice is that the wine has soaked through quite a bit of the cork. Again, completely normal for a wine of this age. And the reason why you use the Duran in the first place. This corkscrew keeps the integrity of this cork, while the prongs are what really pulls it out and wedges in between. So we'll put that to the side with our Duran, get some of this mess out of the way. Now, we're ready to decant. So we'll take our funnel. With the 88, I think the cheesecloth is a bit of overkill, so we'll just stick with the mesh here. Okay, we'll grab our decanter. We've got wine funnel, mesh, decanter underneath, and then the 88. So slow and steady. And what this mesh funnel is doing is catching all of that sediment from the bottle and little bits of cork that may have come out during the removal. Fun fact, while we pour, the reason why our wine is shaped in this bottle shape with the high shoulders, because it comes from 19th century Bordeaux, where they started to craft wine bottles with high shoulders to catch sediment of age-worthy wines. So that's what this bottle shape is doing. Those shoulders are catching the sediment as I pour the wine out, which is why you're going to want to keep a very parallel level to the table. You don't want to upend it. Pour very slowly so you're not getting big chunks through. We'll leave just about a half an ounce with all those sediment chunks inside. We'll put the wine to the side for just a moment. Now, and we'll do a close-up of this, but you're going to notice that there's been sediment buildup within the bottle, and there's still chunks inside. So we'll want to rinse this out. I'll grab the funnel again, take the mesh out, put it back in our bottle, and pour some filtered water inside. You can also just do this under your sink as well, or at the table. We're doing it for the purposes of this video here. Don't need much, maybe a third of the way through. And you'll just want to give that a good shake, getting all the extra sediment off of the bottle into our bucket. This is where you'll want to upend. Now you have a clean bottle for your now decanted wine to go back into. So we'll switch back in here, get the water gone, mesh goes back in, and wine. Again, slow and steady here as well. The shape of this decanter, its shoulders will also catch that more fine-grained sediment that passed through the first time. If you were to open a wine from your cellar that's under 10 years of age, really no need for the mesh here. Sediment really starts to accrue right around 10 years, give or take, and starts to develop more and more as years go on. A younger wine won't throw as much sediment. So the decant is really to open the wine up, to let it breathe, to really open the wine up for its full breadth of complexity and flavors and aromas. Okay, that should do it there. That goes back in. We'll have to edit this bit out. And there we have it, 7 easy steps to decanting. We hope that this video has made you more confident reaching into that cellar for a vintage gem. Cheers.